Let's go.
Kick to the gut, fam. Hey, it's Mr. Young. Just wanted to swing by on this Monday afternoon as this video drops to wish all our Muslim listeners and viewers a Selamat Hari Raya Aidil Fitri. And of course, enjoy the rest of this long weekend. Hey, Foreign will be back next week from his Hari Raya break to talk more about that road to WrestleMania. It's getting super exciting, right? He kind of called it last week, didn't he? Night 1, he said CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, that's going to be the main event. And it has come to pass. This past SmackDown, we're going to talk about it. What are the ramifications? And also, next week, I want to talk about what I feel, this might be a hot take, but I feel like this is the worst built match headed towards WrestleMania 41. Think of all the matches on the horizon for this year's WrestleMania. Which do you think is the worst so far? Let me know in the comments and also see if you can guess which one I feel is the worst built match headed towards WrestleMania. Now, this show, you know, it's not just about WWE, right? We're talking about local wrestling as well. And this past Friday, Clash at the Club happened. Yes, SPW did their club show, and we weren't there, as in Foreign and I, but the Objective Silverback was there. He took in the action, the sights and the sounds from the Siam Duo. So much action. We're talking about wrestling action, of course. And let's get our Objective Silverback here to talk to us about SPW Clash at the Club.
This is the Objective Silverback, hot off the heels at Clash of the Club, and I'm here to give you guys my review of wrestling in a Siam Diu. So, first match of the night, 6-man tag. CK Vin, Bryson Blade, and Cantona taking on the formidable team of Mighty Arrow and Destroyer Dharma. Now, CK Vin, Bryson Blade, and Cantona, they picked up the win here, and they don't seem to have a faction name yet, but that is something that I would really be interested to see moving forward. Mighty Arrow, of course, is a formidable tag team, former tag team champions. Destroyer Dharma, a former Singapore champion himself. You would think that they might have had the advantage in terms of experience, but no, the underdogs, as it were, the upstarts, you know, the young newcomers, they picked up the win against the experienced veterans, and I do think this is the right way to go forward. They did have a spot where they poured like beer from Beer Tower down Mighty's mouth, so poor Mighty, he didn't deserve that. But at the same time, I want to see where this team goes, and I was also surprised to learn that Cantona is actually not as young as he looks. Cantona is actually 46 years old. So for a dude that has really started late in professional wrestling and be in the shape that he is in, I mean, that is something very impressive. So CK Vin, Bryson Blade, and Cantona defeat Mighty Arrow and Destroyer Dharma in the opening match of Clash of the Club. And then we move on to the tag team match. And this tag team match featured not one, but two newcomers into SPW. We had the comeback kid himself, Eman, teaming up with a newcomer, Boombox. I believe it was Boombox Terrence. I cannot remember your last name, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, Boombox Terrence Chung, I believe. Defeated Hunting Wolf Riz and a newcomer by the name of British. So this match, it was the first match for these two young guys. Obviously, we've seen Eman before. We know how good he is, technically sound in the ring. We've seen Riz as well, from Homeless Riz to now Hunting Wolf Riz. This is his new character. We've seen him leave behind the Wolfram cartel and sort of strike out on his own in this new character, this new era of his life, as it were. The two new guys, I honestly don't have much to say about them yet, because I really have not seen much of them yet. They were both dressed in street clothes. I think Boombox has this really long hair. He almost has like a YC kind of vibe going. And in fact, I actually had a couple of people on Instagram, they saw my stories, they asked me like, hey, what's YC doing at SPW? But I want to see more of them before I really say anything about them, because I think it's too soon to really give a judgment on them. And to be honest, even if like my first match, it's too soon to say like accurate judgment, oh, he needs this, he needs that. Eman and Boombox picked up the win against the Hunting Wolf and British, and it will be interesting to see what happens for Hunting Wolf here, because you know the Wolf has had pretty consistent storylines throughout his career. He was homeless, he found a home in the cartel kicked him out, yeah, I want to see what happens next for Hunting Wolf Riz, and obviously, best of luck to these two newcomers. Let's see how they develop in the time to come. The next match, which was actually one of my favorite matches of the night. In fact, this would have been my second favorite match of the night, if not for the another match coming up soon, but we'll get to this match first. No DQ match. Dr. Gore defeated the Hustler Ray and his, I guess, his dominatrix Selena. This match really, they did what they should do. Not only did it have sound technical wrestling, they entertained the crowd, they interacted with the audience, they really took advantage of the club setting, you know. And I have to say, give much credit to Dr. Gore. I think we don't talk enough about how technically good of a wrestler Gore is. You know, we see him in the scrubs, the mask, the kind of goofy character. Oh, he, check your prostate, and even in this show, him and the Hustler Ray were playing like dice games and drinking games with the audience, right? So he does all these things to entertain the crowd, but you really pay attention to his wrestling, you'll see that everything is precise, everything is slick, his movements are really smooth. He almost makes me think of Cesaro the way he wrestles, actually, because he can mix the power and the technique and everything together. So I was really impressed with this match, and on top of that, they also had Selena interfering in the match as well. I believe ending towards the end of the match, she tried to help out Ray. It backfired. I think she bonked Ray in the head with a cane or something. Dr. Gore came from behind, Blue Thunder Bomb. Dr. Gore gets the win. And that was actually a very good match. It was super solid, and I think the crowd really loved it as well. And with Dr. Gore's new theme song, let's see where he goes from here, because I think he's someone who's been around for a long time, but I think he's spent a lot of time as a tag team wrestler, and with his current tag team partner, now the champion, this is time for Dr. Gore to really break out on his own as a singles. And the ceiling is really high for someone like him. And next we move on to what was my personal favorite match of the night. And I think this was the best match of the night. Triple threat, Aiden Rex takes on Mason and Big Good Jack. This match, like the match before it, took advantage of the fact that they were located in an unconventional setting. And they took advantage of the fact that two of the three guys are tag team wrestlers and they have seconds coming out with them. So obviously, triple threat match, no DQ. We're already in a Siam 2 anyway. Does it even matter if we have no DQ? Like, shit's gonna go down. You had RJ coming in, interfering. Cheeseburger Kid coming in, interfering, helping Big Good Jack. Aiden Rex, obviously he doesn't have tag team partners, right? Here's the thing about Aiden Rex. We've said before how he turned heel, but there was not a very obvious difference between heel Aiden Rex and face Aiden Rex. I think we just hadn't given him the time to cook and develop his heel persona, because we saw a lot more heel personality coming out of Aiden Rex in this match than we had previously. And I think given time going forward, we're going to get to see a lot more of this new version of Aiden Rex. This match, Aiden Rex, half the match, he was not even in the match. He was just chilling at the VIP tables. He let the other two people fight. Then he got back in the ring when he wanted to get back in the ring. Didn't do a lot of crazy flying stuff. A lot more technical, ground-based style, really putting his jiu-jitsu and freestyle wrestling background to work in this match. Jack was super over, got the crowd hyped up, because the other two were technically heels, right? So he's the only babyface. He brought the fire and the passion into this match. And a nice contrast of styles as well, right? Big man brawler, sneaky brawler, and then Aiden Rex, the technical wizard, of course. And I said that Jack was the only babyface because the other two were technically heels, and I put that caveat there because Mason is getting very over. The crowd was actually chanting, "Fuck you, Mason, let's go, Mason. Fuck you, Mason, let's go, Mason." So he is finding his own fan base. He's getting over as a babyface. Whether he intended to or not, I don't know, but that's what's happening. And of course, because he has this brash character, this boldness about him, the look, everything, all these traits, right, that you want a star to have, all of it would be for naught if he could not go in the ring when the bell rings. And this man can go in the ring. His moves, his execution, his timing, his he has like just an explosiveness about him that really it suits his style of wrestling and his character well. But as an athlete, that's really what you want. And he hit the moonsault off the stage. This was a good match, and it was a great showing for Mason. Aiden Rex picked up the win, as he should. He is, I think, the highest profile name in this match, and with a fresh heel turn, a fresh coat of paint, and obviously the SPW Southeast Asian champion Butcherman in his sights on the horizon. You need to build up Aiden Rex. So this was the right finish, this was the right result, but definitely keep an eye out on Mason. He is someone who I believe will be a force to be reckoned with in time to come. We get to the main event, an international intergender tag team match. Statement and Alexis Lee on the same side again, even though Statement turned on Alexis Lee at the last show. And it was interesting to see how that dynamic would play out. Yes, okay, we used to be friends, now we hate each other. But then for the sake of the promotion, we have to come back and work together to take on these dastardly Malaysians, right? And the dastardly Malaysians are Poppy and the Wonder Boy. I came away, so okay, before I get to that, right, let me go back to the last time I saw the Wonder Boy in a tag team match. It was Poppy and Wonder Boy against Divya and Hotshot. And in that match, I remember thinking, and I believe I wrote it in my reviews as well, the sequences between Hotshot and Wonder Boy were really good. And I came away from that match wanting to see a singles between Hotshot and Wonder Boy. We got that Hotshot and Wonder Boy match just recently at Grapple Max, and if you were there, they tore the house down. I came away from this match thinking that the sequences and all the time where it was Statement and Wonder Boy in the ring together, I thought that was really good. And I came away from this match the same way I came away from the last match, which was now I really want to see Statement and Wonder Boy in a singles match, right? And I think that's just Wonder Boy. It's something that he has about him, that he seems to be able to really bring out the best in his opponents. And I think obviously he's not a Singaporean wrestler. He's not going to get ranked in the Singapore top 20 for this year. But if we could, I think, mad props to Wonder Boy. And I would love to see a future matchup between the Statement and Wonder Boy. They have actually had a match, I believe, I want to say this is pre-COVID. Wonder Boy was at the time still JY Eagle, so they have had a match before, but that was years ago. And I think a rematch in a single setting with a wrestling ring and a proper wrestling crowd, I think that would really be something. I think that would really tear the house down. Alexis Lee, I think, really gave Poppy a good match. She brought the intensity, she brought the aggression. The bell started and everyone just pounding each other and beating on each other. Alexis was more serious in this match, I feel, than she has been in previous matches, and I think that comes with being in the main event. Those are my conclusions. The main event was a great match. I want to see Statement and Wonder Boy in a singles match sometime down the line. Triple threat match stole the show. Aiden Rex on top, winning and building up a lot of momentum, heading into a future matchup against possibly the Butcherman. Great match, but of course keep your eye out for Mason. Mason is a star in the making. No DQ match, a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and of course a big punch that credit has to go to Dr. Gore. Very underrated wrestler, and I hope to see him get a good singles run. Tag team match. Two newcomers, too new for me to really judge them, but of course they had more experienced guys like Eman and the Wolf Riz to guide them along the way. Interested to see what happens next for the Wolf, and of course the opening match. CK Vin, Bryson Blade and Cantona defeat Mighty Arrow and Destroyer Dharma. That faction, that team needs a name, bro. I can't keep saying CK Vin, Bryson Blade, Cantona. Yeah, they need a name, but I think they work very well together. So that is my review from SPW Clash at the Club. I loved it. I had a great time. I think more wrestling needs to be held in nightclubs. I need, or maybe it was just the alcohol talking, but whatever it is, I had a great time and I can't wait for the next show. This is the Objective Silverback signing off.
Let's go.